Time for SMX Facts. JT and I have already bench raced a few times about how great the Sexton v. Webb duel in Seattle was last year, but now we have Seattle's own statistician Clinton Fowler to give us data about how good that race was.
Yeah, I mean, incredible race last year. Everybody seemed to make mistakes, which is what that Seattle track does when it gets rutted up here in the joyous weather of the Pacific Northwest. But it was a Cooper Webb standard practice race. He won. It was the 9th closest race in the history of Supercross in recorded history. He won by just a half a second over Chase Sexton, which is yet again our 2 title competitors, JT. What is it about a track like Seattle and a guy like Cooper Webb where we should have known something like that was going to happen?
I just think it works for what he does well, and that is he minimizes mistakes, unforced errors. Let's remove the immediate thought of race 1 last weekend, but that's not really in his MO. So when a track is forcing you to make errors everywhere and you're able to minimize those, it's going to be a feather in your cap, and that's great for Cooper Webb. And the way he went about it last year, I think there's something to that also. He didn't get a great start. He got to the front very quickly and made moves when he's able to. So, we talk about how his racecraft really helps him in these championship fights. I think Seattle is the prototypical race where that kind of comes to life.
So we've been teasing on this show how close these points are. Anything can happen. And I believe with 7 races at 8 points, anything can. But it's kind of alarming to look at your stats to say Chase Sexton getting the point lead back would actually be pretty historically rare.
Yeah, that is the case. There's only been 6 times in the history of sport where after round 10, the lead has changed, or ultimately the champion has changed. But here's the thing. It just happened in 2023, and it was Chase Sexton that it happened with, and Cooper Webb was part of that battle. So after round 10 in 2023, Chase Sexton sat 3rd in the point standings. Cooper Webb was down. He was down 14 to Cooper Webb, 17 to Eli Tomac. That ended up playing to his favor. Now, injuries played a factor there. But guys, I think anything can happen. JT, it's like that year there was injuries. It could be that we go out to Seattle and it's more of a mud race here this weekend, or it's a rutted track in 7 points is really just the difference between 1st and 5th place.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen. You mentioned the injuries in 2023. Cooper Webb exits the series in Nashville with the head injury. We know Eli Tomac's Achilles injury in Denver a week later. That certainly was the determining factor in that championship. And you could even say last year, Cooper Webb and Jet Lawrence looked like they were in an epic fight to the end, and then Cooper Webb suffers this thumb injury. So it played a role last year as well. We don't know what's going to happen. The same thing could happen this year to any of the protagonists. That's what makes this series so difficult to win, is you not only have to be the best racer, you also have to avoid injury and avoid incident over the course of months and months and months if you want to come out on top.
And Sexton just proved your stats from last week. Can I say correct? He has that mid-season slump, and now we're into the latter portion, and look at that. He's got another win, Clinton. So it's kind of what we've already talked about. He is a closer.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's won 5 of his now 12 victories in the last 5 rounds of the season, so he's coming on just when we would expect him to. And guys, it could be a wonderful race here. I'm looking out the window, and the weather's looking pretty nice today, so let's keep our fingers crossed.
I'm going to take that. On Saturday, it's going to be sunny. Just listen to the show, everybody. I'm going to say it no matter what. Clinton, we'll see you in your home race. I mean, look, you're a Southwick guy deep down inside, but we'll see you where you live now this weekend.
I am. This is the home away from home. Looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend.
All right, we are fired up. This is going to be a great race in Seattle. If last year was any indication, if you want to watch it, Race Day Live starts at 2:30 Eastern Time on Saturday. That's qualifying coverage. And the gate drops at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. 8 o'clock Eastern. That's 5 o'clock out there in Seattle.
Hi, folks. Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.